Greetings, friends, family, and survivors. Well, I'm up and back just a little bit from the house, and Gibbs and I are out for a ride. I came down the road and I saw an unusually large trackway of coyotes, fairly large pack, and came around the corner, and then you could see where they caught the deer and devoured it. So I'll swing by and show you that on the way out. And I found where they were tracking this one deer, fairly large muley deer, and they got it. You can see where they pulled it down, and they ate it down to almost nothing. So it's a problem in this area. 2 weeks ago, neighbor, I don't know, maybe 300 feet from my house, coyotes ate one of their dogs. Just jumped on it and ate it right there. Nothing anybody could do about it. You know, you go out there at night and they scatter. They even hear a creaky door hinge and they'll leave. So the only way really to deal with the coyotes and help the ranchers out is use predator calls. So that's why I'm scoping out this area. Between here and my house, there's hundreds of trackways of coyotes chasing the deer and chasing the jackrabbits. And eating deer and eating jackrabbits is great, but when they're jumping on beef stock in calving season, that's a problem for everybody. And of course, if they're eating your neighbor's dogs, that's a problem too. So the herd definitely needs to be thinned out. So if we use a predator call, and we'll do it the time of year when they've got a good heavy fur coat, then the pelts are worth keeping, no doubt. And if you use a predator call, we can draw some of them in and thin them out. And so this would be a place to start. Since it's really close to my house, we'd like to thin the coyotes out and make it safer for everybody's animals. The wolf track that I showed you last time was right up that ridge, right up there. And the deer that I jumped were right in that same draw, right over there. And they just went straight up that draw. A little better than 30 of them. I think it's the 2nd of March, and they're calling for snow about every other day for the next 7 days, but it's like an inch or 2 inches, then a half inch the next day, and then an inch. Cold though. We were down to 2 degrees night before last. And that's good because the roads are a lot nicer when it's cold, no doubt. So we're right at the hard snow line. 2 feet right there, and around the corner it's 3 feet. And snow's soft enough that I kind of fall in some old ruts. And no sense in having to winch my way back out. Here's a mix of coyote and one deer, and it looks like they singled one out from the herd behind me, cut straight across this draw, and then picked it up on the road again, and I'll show you where they caught up with it. Tells the story right here. Can sure make a meal of it, can't they? They don't leave much. Well, the temp's dropping and it's starting to cool off quite a bit. The wind's picking up, starting to snow, so I think I'll head back. But I think this would be a good spot. I think a whole lot of the coyote, other than to the east and to the west of us, there's big pasture lands, sub-irrigated pasture lands with lots and lots of coyote activity, but there's also cattle and all that. I'd have to talk to the ranchers to see if they wanted any help. But out here, this is kind of a draw behind my house, so it'd be a good place to start, I'm thinking. All right, have a blessed day.